audio. My audio wasn't on. We're on now. We're on. We're live. Okay. Yeah, hey everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are here standing on top of this, this little, oh shit. I'm getting a little bit of a flashing again. Let me fix that. We gotta go into windowed mode, apparently. Yeah, I did not, in fact, set up the second, stream PC. I lied. You guys fell for it again. No. We will be, whatchamacallit? We're gonna do some work today. We're gonna do some work on some friendly, creatures. Like, I will show you some in a moment. So why don't we go over here? Actually, oh, they're underwater now. They're a little floating. We need, I hope you guys didn't hear my Discord notifications are making some noise, apparently. Yeah. Audio's good? Audio's good? Yeah. Let me know if audio is good. So we got some seals over here. Let's swim out to them. Or I guess we'll wade out to them because the water's not deep enough for that yet. But yeah, this is an area that's been filled in by the tide. And so we go over here. We can see we got our seals, but they don't really do anything. Oh, we can stand on them. Yeah, they're not really doing anything. They're kind of just like inflatable, oh, that was an interesting glitch. Let's try that again. No? Okay, it was just that one angle. Weird. Anyway, interesting glitch, but that's not what we're here to deal with today. We will... Hola! Yes, audio is good. Thank you. I'm glad you... Yes, you saw Professor 2.0. Or, there needs to be a seal racing minigame or whatever to, because there was previously... I mean, I'm not actually sure if I would call it a bug, but there was a thing where you could paddle seals. Like, you could grab the boat paddle and paddle while standing on the back of the seal. And, he went really fast. Oh, what's up, Paul? He went really fast, and, you know, I don't think that's a bug. That's emergent gameplay, you see. It was unintentional, but, anyway. We're gonna deal with making him do something a little bit more interesting than just kind of standing here and letting me walk on him. So with that, let's start a fresh instance of the game, which takes almost no time to get up and running, unlike Unreal Engine. I was watching this this video by Double Fine about their workflow in Unreal and like making Keeper, which is one of their more recent games. And one thing that kind of struck me is like, I mean, I think Double Fine is great, and I'm glad that they did you fix the bug that was stopping it from loading on Nish's laptop? Maybe, possibly. We will have to see when I release the next version whether or not it works. But anyway, I was watching this video, Double Fine. They were showing off how their Unreal setup looks like in Keeper. And very cool of them to be just showing off how their game works behind the scenes. However, one thing that just stuck out to me was how goddamn fucking slow Unreal was. Like, they were like navigating in the editor, and it was like far below 30 FPS. Like, it was like noticeably lagging. And I'm like, when level editors like work with Unreal, like, is this actually what they have to deal with every day? Is it really this slow? And it's like, this is the level editor. This is not the game. Like, this is, like, presumably they're not, presumably they're using, like, a pretty fast computer. Like, it's not like somebody's running it on, like, you know, an ancient GPU and it's running slowly. It's like, this is the level editor running at sub 30 FPS. And it's like, I don't know how you get anything done when everything's lagging so bad. Like, I mean, I don't know, like look how fast I can scroll this list in, I don't know, this is just an example. Like, I Am GUI is so good. Anyway, we were gonna work on the seals. So let's go over to the seals, and we're gonna need to do a couple things. But before we do, we have a beverage. It's not soda, although it's soda adjacent because it comes in a can. And this is slightly horrifying. This is boba tea in a can. And it is from the great nation of Taiwan today. And yeah, I'm a little bit afraid because it's like, is there gonna be tapioca in the can? I guess, probably. We'll see. There's a crack on that. Yeah. Yeah, it tastes like bubble tea. Like, pretty standard. I haven't run into the tapioca yet, but it's probably at the bottom. Normally when you get bubble tea, it has, like, the little straw, so I don't have that because it's in a can, and so we'll see what happens. Anyway. So let's start by adding, okay, so right now he's like literally he's a rigid body, which just means like basically like, you know, he's got physics on him, so he'll like fall when you drop him, and he's got collision, so you can like run into him. But we should add to him a character component, which is going to be under a game character. Cool. Oh, he's doing his other animation. We are going to need to work on probably some of these animations because this is the walking animation. And the character component expects the animations to be set up in a certain order, right? So that it knows which one is which action. So we're going to give it a character component, which is going to make him do the movement animation. And then we're going to add a AI, friendly AI. Yeah, let's not give it a path to follow. And actually, we should save this prefab. And then we need to convert this to a spawner, I think. So now, because I want it to, like, do some wandering. Like, let me explain why I have the spawner. Basically, in order for, like, I want him to, like, walk around and just autonomously behave, like, just go about his day, right? Now, in order for that to happen, he needs a point in space to be, like, the origin of his kind of, like, area, like, where he's gonna walk around, right? And so, as a result, he's gonna have a spawner. So this is our seal spawner here. And if we... Let's just save the game here. If we unpause, that now spawns in a seal. And, so, he's got his friendly AI component. He's in the wander state, but he's not moving around. And the reason for that is probably due to this body height, foot height thing. So, yeah, there we go. So now he's gonna, let's turn on the paths, show navigation paths. So where's he off to? Actually, it probably isn't showing it for friendly guys, but so he's now just gonna walk around the beach, I guess. Let's view him from above and see where he goes. Now we are gonna make this behavior more complicated because right now, infinitely wandering the beach is not necessarily the most interesting behavior. He does look like he's going in a circle, but let's see if he does something more complicated. Okay, yeah, so he's not going in a circle. He's going in, I guess, different places. And what's his maximum distance from spawn? 50. Okay, so we need to add immediately... Oh, hey, Firefly, you're here. Welcome. So I'm gonna go ahead and convert these guys to spawners as well. So this is where these guys are gonna spawn in. So now they're all gonna come in as wandering. Oh, I forgot to save this guy's prefab after I did the. So let's. If we delete these guys, they should. Oh, they're gonna spawn in like 5 minutes. But anyway, we can save the game. Let's. We need to add some extra shit to the editor so that we can see what the hell's going on. So, let's go to the editor.cpp. And let's turn on some music here. While we do that, one moment. Okay, here we go. Let's turn that down a bit. Actually, I could turn it down in the so that it matches the. That's probably better. Okay, so sorry, what was I saying? So, we are in the editor, and we are going to. I need to copy the max distance from spawn. It needs to be in this file. Max distance from spawn. Okay, so. Oh, does he not have the spawned entity component? Okay. Let's take a look at this. Let's get back in here. I'm gonna just turn off the game music because we're gonna be dropping. Oh shit! I teleported the wrong guy. We're gonna be dropping in and out of here, so just gonna. Okay, so these guys are all wandering around on their merry way. They're all going in different directions. Okay, does he have... It doesn't show, but maybe that's because I'm not... So I'm gonna go component. Because right now we can't even see if it has that component. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little guy right under the transform. Actually, give me this. And it's gonna be called spawned entity. And this is just to tell us that it exists. Yeah. This is not a component that gets serialized, so we actually don't need to be able to create it from the editor. It's kind of transient, like it gets created in-game, and then actually, let's just change the spelling here, or casing, I guess. All right, that's building. It's gonna take a minute, but let's. All right. Why is it taking so long? Why just change the one thing? Let's check my system monitor. What's going on? Okay, here we go. It just wasn't updating. All right, so let's check out the seals. Do they have the component that I was looking for? Okay, so they do have the spawn and editing component. Where is the... It's not giving... Okay. Let's see. It's because this is only in the enemy AI controller. I see. That's why. That's why. So let's copy this. And we're... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay, actually we do need to just copy this because that has a different thing. So, actually, we can... No. Let's do that. And I'm gonna change this. All we gotta do is just change this to friendly AI controller. Oh god, Sea Lion is adding stuff that we don't want. Okay, so let's redo that. Restart this game, and then we'll see. We'll get the feedbacks that we want. It'll be able to show us where these guys are wandering from into. Okay, no sign of tapioca yet. It does say on the can, tapioca boba. So, shit. Yeah, tapioca. So, I don't know, theoretically there should be tapioca in here, but... We'll find out. Otherwise, it's just tea in a can. Okay, there we go. Okay, see, okay, now this has the radius that I wanted to see. So, this is showing us that they're going to wander within this radius. And they are doing their little sliding in. You know, they're probably... I feel like that's too fast. Also, like, I feel like they should be starting up and slowing down, but that's going to be a little bit more complicated to do. So, let's change the walk speed to 2. Save. Yeah, it does look a little bit weird because they're moving at like a constant speed, which is like how a person would move. But I don't know how we would... Let's go 1.7. Okay, cool. Actually, that does look better. Even though it's not perfect still. But this is still not good because I love boba, but only the Coca, Oreo, and milk type. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I've never had that specific, type of boba, but, you know, I wouldn't say that I drink bubble tea a lot, but when I do, I think it's pretty good. There is tapioca in here. I don't know how I'm supposed to get it out of the can, but we'll find out when we get to the bottom, I guess. So yeah, they did the fine folks in Taiwan did put the tapioca in the can. Okay, sorry. Here's the thing. Let's take a look at this friendly AI controller. He's got some states. This is a state machine type AI. Now, and yeah, like this is like traditional AI, like in the sense of like what we used to do before like fucking ChatGPT. This is like, this is basically, and this is how games still work for the most part. There's also decision trees, which are similar to state machines, but they are a little bit easier to make, I guess, or like to define a new decision tree. But I kind of like state machines because you can go like directly from one state to another, you know. Anyway, so basically, like, he's got a bunch of different states for the things that he could be doing, right? So right now, he's going into wander, right? So we need some way for him to like stop wandering. So there's this wait for end state. I'm gonna go into the implementation for the wander state. Where are we? Here. Okay, so basically in this state, it's looking for a path to the next point. Actually, so okay, it's picking a point to go to if it doesn't have one, right? So it's going to generate a point within that circle that you saw, that radius, and then it's going to use the pathfinding to see if it can route to that point, right? And then it's going to push itself towards that point. Right now, there's no exit condition. So you can actually see in here. So in some of the states we can see, yeah, so in like the idle state, there's a bunch of different exit conditions. And so basically, when I do current state.inPlace, or when I assign it to, actually this should be in place. Whatchamacallit, when I assign it, or I set the, when I in place a new state, that means that we're exiting the current state, and we're going to a new state. So in this state, in the wander state, we never actually exit this state. So, like, it means if he gets into the wander state, he's gonna stay there forever, right? So what I will do is I will add a new state, which is going to be wait for interval. And so the entire idea of this is basically, so it's gonna have it's gonna need some data. Oh, Kyle, hello. What's going on? We're just working on some AI for the seals, like how, like, we're doing some state machines and stuff. Yeah, so when he stops wandering, okay, and we need to add this, actually, this is, Kyle, you're gonna like this, because, we're doing some fancy C++. We're using standard variant to implement a state machine. So the state is a struct, and it has some data associated with it. And so what are the things that we're gonna want to know for this state? We're gonna want to know when the state was entered, and then we're gonna need a cotime t for so this cotime point and cotime t, these are actually aliases for std chrono. You can see when I hover over it, it says it's a type alias for standard chrono time point, which is basically it's like a timestamp, right? And this is just some time. Actually, I mean, we probably don't need the full. Do we have the 32-bit time? Actually, it's probably fine to use the full 64-bit time here, but for intervals, often I store only 32-bit time because it saves memory, and we don't usually need to deal with periods of time that are like, you know, like a year. Usually I'm talking about like sometime under an hour is usually all the timers that I need to care about. But in this case, we'll just use the 64-bit one for now. But because this struct is going to be packed anyway. So then this will be called wait time. And so this is how long we're going to wait in this state. So now we're going to need to add a function to handle this state. And basically, so it's giving us an error. Why is it giving us an error? Oh, because we already defined it for, because we basically need to do this. Okay, and so this handle state, we have a bunch of different specializations for this that take this type for a certain state. And then we can see somewhere here in the update, in the update AI, we call std_visit, and whoopsies, and it's gonna call the correct version of this state that is in the variant. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so what do we do in this state? Basically nothing until the timer happens. So I'm gonna do if we're simply gonna do a check. We're gonna do if wait for it. Yeah, wait. I'll just call it wait. If wait dot time. Okay, if wait dot answered state. Okay, so we need to get now. So now we're gonna call this function game time. That's gonna tell us what time it is now. So if now minus entered state, so the difference between these times is greater than wait dot wait time, we are going to transition into this state. And the way we do that is we do AI dot current state dot in place wander. Yeah. Oh, it has to be friendly AI controller wander. Okay, so what was I doing? Okay, so do we need to? Oh, okay, so it actually needs to we're actually only gonna do this if it's a spawned entity. So because we need to pass some extra information. Because we need to tell the wander state what the point that it's supposed to wander around is. So we're going to send it this one. Okay, so if we've waited for long enough, we're going to go into the... okay, and then else I'm going to go to idle. Or do I call it idle or do I call it default? It's idle. Okay, so then... Otherwise, we're going to go to idle. Okay, so that should be all we need for this. Then, hello everyone. Have you ever heard of Zombies Ate My Friends? It was a game that existed back in 2012. It was removed by Disney a long time ago, but it didn't deserve that. It had charm, you know. Okay, interesting. That's certainly... I can't comment on that. I don't really know anything about the game, but right. So what we're doing is so we in place back the... Okay, so now we have an exit condition for wait for interval, but we don't have an exit condition for wander. So basically, do we have an entered state? We don't have an entered state. It had a good OST. Hear it. My favorite one is Safe House. Okay. I can't play it on stream because I will get a copyright strike. Or I might. I can't really tell. But yeah, you can't play copyrighted music on a stream, unfortunately. So I can't play it for you. So what are we going to do? How do we... I guess we're going to need to add a entered state to our wander, which is going to bloat the thing. Right now it's 80 bytes. Adding an entered state would make it bigger, but that's... Yeah, now it's 96 bytes. Yeah, I would be suspended. Yeah, so that's a couple... Actually, can we... If we change the packing, does that fix anything? Yeah, still 96 bytes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can optimize it later. But anyway, so we have... Now we need to... Wander. Okay, we need to give it an extra parameter, which is, actually, we need to apply all these. These we don't care about. These are... And then we're gonna need to add, navigation, that's just nothing. And then we need to give it, now. Which we don't have, so we will call game time. I only listen to Bebop. I don't think it's copyrighted how old it is. I'm sorry, but that's not how copyright works. Actually, the funny thing is, what Paul mentioned... Actually, I don't know. I was going to say, is there Bebop that's old enough not to be copyrighted? Probably not Bebop. Bebop's more of a later invention, but there is jazz that is old enough to not be copyrighted, but unfortunately copyright lasts for a really long time. I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you are. Okay, this is navigation data? Is that what it wants? Cool, that's okay. So now it has an entered state. It knows what time it is when it entered. So now we are simply going to in here we'll add a check, and we'll say how long we want it to. So we can use that same pattern where we do the now, and and instead of wait time, I'm just gonna put some content, some constant in here. So I'm gonna say 10 seconds. So if we're in this state wandering after 10 seconds, that might be kind of short. We can tweak that later. But so after 10 seconds, we're gonna emplace the wait for interval state, and at the time that is now. Okay, so I think that's everything we need. So basically, we're gonna wander for 10 seconds. We're gonna wander. The seal is gonna wander for 10 seconds. Then he's gonna wait, and then he's going to. Actually, we need to do one more thing. I'm gonna add. We need to actually stop running. So in here, we're gonna do ch dot what's the stop walking. That's gonna make us just idle completely. And then yeah, okay, okay. So if we're wander into the chat, welcome Annie Kator. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, I suppose. You've been here before, but yeah, we're doing some AI, some friendly AI behaviors. So basically, the seal is going to, he's going to wander for 10 seconds, then he's going to wait around for, oh, we need to initialize the wait time. So let's initialize a random wait time. CO random? Okay. What's the... Is it... What? A random generator, that's what I called it. Generate in the 0 to 100. Maybe 100 seconds is... Yeah. No, let's do 30 seconds. 0 to 30 seconds. Actually, it should be 5 to 30 seconds. Okay, and you can see that this no viable... Oh, actually, if we... Ah, there we go. 5 seconds to 30 seconds. It's gonna generate a random number. So yeah, so it's gonna... He's gonna wander for 10 seconds. Then he's gonna wait for a random amount of time between 5 and 30 seconds. And then he's gonna start wandering again. There we go. That should do it. Okay. We've gotten to the tapioca balls. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, we have an error here. Call to non... Oh, okay, here we go. We're gonna do some, we're gonna do, because it's not a static function. It's not a global. We're gonna need to do auto, generator equals, dot, instance? Instance, okay. Now, and that's some people might look at this and think this is a singleton, which is a pattern that I don't particularly like, but I will note it's not a singleton because it's a per thread instance of the random generator. Because this needs to be thread safe, or because like we might be generating random numbers on multiple threads. So as a result, I have multiple instances of the random number generator. And actually, I need to look into that because I need to be careful because that means that it actually might not be deterministic. So I'm going to look at that because some of the randomness has to do with generating things that, like, I don't really care about reproducing, like, the position of, like, particles or something like that. I don't really need that to be deterministic, but something like where the guy wanders to, like, that I should maybe make that deterministic. We'll see. I can tweak that out. Anyway, let's take a look. How are these guys doing? How are our friends? Okay, so okay, let's see. They're gonna go around, and then after 10 seconds... Oh, actually, this is probably gonna crash the game when we look at this. Okay, it says current state wander. I never added the display for the other state, so it's probably... Okay, oh, they're waiting. Okay, so when I look at this... Oh, it's just giving me the wrong state. So they're all waiting. How long are they gonna wait for? It is a little weird that they're all synced up. That is something that we can fix, but, okay, so these guys have gone... I gotta fix the display, because, they shouldn't be in chasing, because they're friendly AI. So, let's go to the editor. Friendly AI controller. This is what I want to... Okay, so let's look at the states. I need to totally rewrite this because it's probably not showing me all the different states that the guy could be in. Just going to copy this. Copy these states here. And put them in quotes so that we can view them in the editor. Also, it should be 7 states, I think, not 6. I thought for some reason the std array should be able to infer this, but for some reason I don't think it can. So we might need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 states. Yeah, see, we're getting an error. XKCD random number generator. What? XKCD random number generator? I guess they'll be desynced by the time you find them. Yeah, they will be. But I have a mechanism to desync them. And to desync them automatically. And so I will set that up in a second. Okay, what is Indicator speaking about? XKCD random number generator. Okay, yeah. I think I've seen this one before. Get random number, return 4, chosen by a fair dice roll, guaranteed to be random. That's good. That's good. Okay, so currently they are in the... Okay, sorry. They're in the wonder state. Okay, now they're in the wait for interval state. Now they should be waiting for a certain amount of time. Up to 30 seconds. So we're gonna wait here for a minute. I mean, up to 30 seconds, not a minute. Okay, so these guys changed animation, but they didn't change their state. Let me look at that. Okay, so the exit condition is set to wander. Oh, there's extra information we need to add. So I think they immediately transitioned back to the original state because I didn't give them the now. Because I didn't tell them what time it was. Okay, so now that we provide all the arguments, let's try that again. Why did you open on the wrong monitor? Alright. Cool. Okay, so these guys are wandering. They're wandering. Now they're waiting. Okay, and so this guy's gone. He's wandering again. And now he's stopped. 10 seconds might be kind of short. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the funny thing is, like, it's actually really hard somehow to actually know what a second is, because, like, I guarantee you, if you try to count to 10, it's not going to be 10 seconds unless you're actually looking at a timer. But anyway, that seems to be working. Did these guys go back into the right state? Let's watch them to see if they move. Okay, he's trying to move, but why is he not moving? What's the... Why does his animation say he's moving, but he's not moving? Okay, the animation thing... No, we do have drinks. We do have drinks. We have the boba tea in a can. Canned bubble tea from the great nation of Taiwan. it's very strange because there's solid tapioca in a can, which is kind of fun, I guess. In Dutch, I usually rhythmically say 21 up to 30, which happens to line roughly with 10 seconds because of the time it takes to think and say it. Enjoy, lol. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like in English, like, I mean, there's a couple things people say, like, people like go like one Mississippi, two, like just because Mississippi is a word that is like pretty long. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, or steamboat. People say one steamboat, two steamboat. I don't know why they do that, but it looks like the seals swapped to the moving animation earlier. Yeah, I know what it is. It's the long idle. It's the long idle. It's because the seals don't have all the animations they're supposed to have. So we can work on that now. Okay, so I think this is already more interesting. They're already, so, okay, before we get into the animation, let's fix the sync issue. So, to fix that, we go to Seal Spawner. And in Entity Spawner, there's this respawn delay. So I'm just going to change this to a different number for all the different spawners. And that should be, I'm sipping Tasty Triple after having finished a 3D reproduction of my watch for VR chat avatar. Tasty Triple? What is that? Let's do that 500 milliseconds. Okay. You should add a fishing minigame so we can have fish to feed the seals. Okay. I have a strong anti-fishing minigame, like, bias, because I fucking hate, it's a Belgian beer, okay, yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, we do have triples over here. Yes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I have a strong anti-fishing game bias, because I've just never played a fishing minigame that I thought was good. A barley soda. Isn't that basically just a beer? Anyway, I was, I don't think I've ever played a fishing minigame that I thought was good, to be honest. Like, I mean, most are super shit. Like, I'm specifically, like, thinking of, like, the fishing minigame in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is, like, really bad. And it's, like, I mean, many other games, too. It's just, like... So, I would need to basically beat... Like, to basically come up with a better minigame than anybody has ever done before, which is going to be hard, because they're all bad. One of my friends buys games just to check out the fishing minigame and then never play them again. The only fishing minigame that I enjoyed was in the Summon Night... Summon Night 2. But that was mostly due to the graphics. Alright, let's take a look. What did that... I'm just gonna Google, or I guess not Google, I'm gonna go Summon Night 2 Fishing. Never played this game. Okay, that doesn't really tell me. Oh, this is very, very, JRPG looking. Is it a JRPG? It looks like one. Yeah. I don't know. It's probably fine, I guess. What was I gonna say? Yeah, fishing minigames, they're all bad. It is, but there are many similar games, yeah, and, there are many with similar names. My typing sucks. It's okay. We all deal with this. Many such cases. What was I doing? Okay. Yeah, so we fixed the issue with the sync. So let's actually I'll just show you. So now let's go over here. So they are all moving at the start, but they should stop at slightly different times now. Okay, well, I guess it... Anyway, that didn't work, but I'll have to deal with that later. I mean, I could have a random amount of... I kind of feel like they should... Actually, let's see if we can... Let's change this slightly. Let's change the behavior. So, instead of doing entered state... wait, no, not... This one we do need an entered state. We are gonna instead have a uint32, which is num points visited. And instead of waiting for a specific period of time, we can get rid of that, which is nice because it's pretty verbose to be passing all that information. So we default the num points visited to 0, and then in here we do if the number of points visited is greater than let's say 5. And actually, let's put this right in the... okay, so where do we find it? Okay. So this is where we calculate a new point. Okay, so this is where we pick a new endpoint. So right after we do that, or right before... Okay, so... and this is going to return. Because we don't want to do everything after this. So, this is going to do wait for interval. We got to get that now. Here, wait. Okay, so this is going to effectively do a random period. Do a random wait time and then catch a fish. No minigame needed. Yeah, you could do that. Okay, so we get our... So if we visited more than 5 points, we do this. Otherwise, we return. So in here, we're simply going to increment the number of points. Actually, okay, yeah. We're going to increment the number of points visited, and after they visit 5 points, they're going to go into this state here. Great. Let's go. Yeah, as for the random wait time for catching a fish, that could work, but then it's like, that's just also not very fun. Like, it's better than having to watch the little fucking floater thing, like, bob up and down, and then, like, yank on the thing, or, like, do some weird twirl with your analog stick, or whatever the fuck they want. So, it's, yeah. It's worse, yeah, they're all bad. I mean, one thing that I did think about was that you could do, like, fishing, just throw a bomb in the water and then have it go off and kill all the fish and they all float up. Although I think bombs don't explode in the water. I think I had that so that the water puts out the fuse. I think that's how I wrote it. But anyway. Bomb fishing, Breath of the Wild style. Yes, I guess you can do that in Breath of the Wild. Because I always just caught the fish by chasing after them and grabbing them with my hands, which is not a way you should really fish in real life. But I guess, you know, that's probably not something that they programmed intentionally. That was probably like an emergent feature, just because it's like, well, fish have health and bombs deal damage, so it's like, obviously you could fish with a bomb. So that makes sense. Honestly, I think that might be the best way, is just like, have fish have health, and then I already have looking for cockles. I already have the cockles. You can find them. They're right here. They're just chilling. And then, you know, they come in with the tide, you know? So I could pick these up. Oh yeah, why are these guys not moving? What state are they in? Oh, they're already in the wait state. Are we back? Are we back? Am I alive? Am I alive? Am I still alive? Did, Alright, my computer crashed. Okay, we're back. Yeah, like, my computer fully crashed here, so we're gonna need to reset up some stuff. I don't know what happened there. I blame Arch Linux, which is, you know, it happens. But hopefully that won't happen again. I was quick enough to reconnect to the stream before it ended. Let's see, what's going on with my, I just want to make sure my audio is good, so I need to go to the Scarlet control panel. Archild soft, big bada boom. Yeah, you know, it happens. Okay, I just needed to set that because, no, we're alive. I just needed to, why is my screen resolution all messed up? I nearly had a heart attack. Yeah, no, it's, they're coming after me because I called Taiwan a great nation. It's the communists. No. No, we're all good. What was I doing? My video, why is this so big? Is my resolution messed up? Okay, no, we're good here. I think I just need to scale this down here. That's a bit better. Okay, cool. That will do. What was I saying? They go in bed, then go in bed? What? Anyway, what was I doing? I was making seals do things. Let's get Sea Lion open here. Oh, you have 1 hour and then you're gonna go to bed. Okay. I guess you must be in, the Eastern Hemisphere or something like that, because it's late. Like, I have a lot of Europeans, tuning in. Yeah, I am making seals in Sea Lion. That is kind of funny, but, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we were gonna do animations. Okay, so these guys move around. These guys are going. They're doing their thing. Oh yeah, so there is a random delay. Okay, but why are they? Yes, okay, that's what we were doing. We were making them delay for. Okay, so after 3 points, well, 5 points. So maybe 5 points isn't enough. They seem to be ripping through 5 really quickly. Interesting. So I'm gonna actually, let's add a debug tool for that. So in our editor here, I'm gonna look at the. Actually, we already had it open. Okay. Where's the friendly? Okay, the friendly here. So I'm gonna do a if he's in the state of wander, we're just gonna have a imgui text. Text unformatted. And then we're gonna do format num points visited is some number, which is wander dot num points visited. Okay, I'm just curious because being able to have the information. Seals are very fast. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how fast they are in real life. I need to watch more video. Okay, why is that? Oh, dot. Actually, let's dot c stir. There we go. That'll do it. Yeah, I don't know how fast they are in real life. I'll have to watch the video. We're good. All right, compilation. You're taking a minute. When are you gonna be done? So this week I messed around with I wrote some Python this week. Because I was working on my Blender plugin for baking. So I did a lot of material work this week, and I did use Python, and I have to say, it annoyed me greatly, because I had like the thing that weirds me out the most is that like apparently there's no such thing as a friggin' scope in Python. So it's like if you declare, you can't declare a variable. So it's like so I had like a thing in a loop, and like it was like overwriting a variable outside of the loop, and I was like, oh, why is it doing that? It's like, oh, because they have the same name. What do you mean? Sure, there are. Educate me. Yeah, there's no variable scope. Like if you have a variable that you declare outside of a loop, and then you declare another variable inside of a loop with the same name, it's the same variable. But all that you can't declare, so there's no declaration, right? There is global and local scope. So if I assign to a variable that has the same name in a global, okay, so, but yeah. Okay, so in C++, let me explain this. Like, I can have like for int I equals 0, I is smaller than 10 plus I, right? I can do this loop, right? Then I can do another thing. And then I can do like this I is a different I than this I because they have different. Yeah, a loop doesn't have its own scope. Anyway, that's the shit that was screwing me up. I had like some bugs because of that. Anyway, yeah, so what was I saying? These guys, yeah, how many points have you visited? Okay, you're not in the right state yet. So it'll eventually go into the okay. Points visited 1. Oh, did I think I'm on another one. Why did it go immediately into that? It only visited 1 point. Is greater than 5. That seems to not agree. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I wasn't prepared for that, in Python being that. I mean, there were other annoyances, too, but, like, you know. Okay, so, we visited 1 point, the start point, then we go. Two points. 3 points. Is he just visiting 5 points really quickly? Is that what's going on? Five. Okay, and then when he gets to the point, he's gonna stop. No, he got to... How is this happening? This clearly should not ever get past. Oh, I guess... Oh, it's greater than 5. Okay, so it should get to 6. It should get to 6. Okay, so now he's at 6 and he waits. Okay, cool. So this guy... This guy's gonna visit 6 points. Well, I guess 5. Anyway, never mind. He's gonna stop. That doesn't seem like that was 6. I guess maybe there's something that's happening where it's like finding endpoints that are invalid. What's going on here? So this generates from endpoint. Anyway, it's not important. We're gonna deal with the animation now. So we're gonna open up Blender. And then we're gonna find the seal. Did we open it recently? Seal. Don't save. What do you mean there's no such file or directory? Was it sealed? Did I call it? Okay, here we go. Here's our seal. Okay, so if we press play, we're gonna see that we have our animation. And this guy starts moving around. So, oh yeah, and so this is the plugin that I was writing with Blender. This is what bakes all these fancy looking maps here. So you got your albedo map with his little texture on it. You got your roughness, and then you have your normal map. Yeah. This is the plugin. It allows you. Anyway, basically the workflow for baking in Blender is super shit, and so I made it better. It's just like a better UI in my opinion, and probably in most people's opinions, to be honest, if they have ever used the Blender baking UI. Okay, so we're gonna go into animation because that's what we're doing. We're gonna turn on the. 1 second. I'm gonna change the display for this. Viewport display? Viewport display. Change to stick. And then I'm going to, okay, then I'm gonna pose mode. Yeah, okay, so now we can see these guys shining through. So, what do we have? We have idle, and we have walk forward. So I'm gonna look at the character animation .cp, and this has all our animations. So we're gonna probably add some placeholders here. Can I do this? Yeah, I can. So this guy, we're not gonna do all the animations, I don't think. But actually, can we pop this guy out onto its own window? We can. And then we're gonna... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. Okay. Okay, so we have our idle, which is 0, which is correct. Then we're gonna need a falling animation. In that case, I'm just gonna copy that. We'll just have falling be the same as idle, I guess. Like, it's not like it, how many frames is it? 100 frames? I really wish Blender would, like, automatically set the frame count to the frame count of the action, but it doesn't do that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm complaining about Blender a lot. Like, it's... I do complain it all the time, but I do use it, so, like, clearly it is a good piece of software, like... What is... okay, so... Yeah, that's probably fine. Just for the... hit stun. We need hit stun. That one we can probably do something with. Okay, so let's delete all these. Let's make it 20 frames, I think is probably a good amount. So in here, I author the animations at 30 frames per second, which doesn't mean that they're gonna run in game at 30 frames a second, but that just means like I'm adding roughly a keyframe every 30 seconds. Like in actuality, they'll run at whatever rate the game is running at, but like so I'm gonna clear, pose, clear transform, all. Okay. Then I'm gonna go to this frame, then go pose. You gotta set the auto keyframe actually. Pose, all. Then go back to the frame 1, and then pose, clear transform, all. So now, what would this guy do if he was being stunned? Middle frame. I don't know. He'd probably be like. Actually, that's kind of interesting. That's like, we can deal with that later, but, okay, so. He should probably move more of his body, but, okay. I want the root to move. Can we just keyframe? Yeah, there we go. There we go. A little bit of a snap. Probably work on the tail. Like, I'm imagining he's being hit and he's like, ah! You know, that kind of animation. Alright, so... I feel like the tail should slap twice. So we hit here, then we go up. I'm gonna keyframe these, and then on the end frame, I'm gonna have it snapped back down. What? Snapped back down. Okay, the bouncing is a little fast. I'm gonna, let's go back to, let's turn that filter off, so we have her. Let's 30 seconds, 30 frames, I mean. So that means this animation is gonna last for 1 second. Actually, that's, yeah, so all we needed to do, so let's copy this pose here? No. Okay, because I see what happened. So let's copy this pose, put it here. That's the stun. So when you hit him, he's going to do this. And it's not, it shouldn't be cyclic. Okay, so what was I going to do? Okay, so after hit stun, we have to actually make all these. Also, this is walk forward, which is going to be 4. Okay, then we're going to have dead, which is unfortunate, but I feel like we can. So in dead, he's not going to be moving. Is he going to like roll over backwards maybe? Yeah, so I'm going to do action. Yeah, we're going to do new action here. And it's going to be called 3 dead. Now, gonna start from here, do location and rotation, and then the end frame is gonna be him dead, upside down. Actually, I should all the guys here. which is unfortunate. Our friendly seal has been sadly met his end. Okay, so what does that look like? Oh, geez, that one's... See? So this is why we need some frames in between to show how this actually happens, right? Otherwise, it's going to randomly interpolate some shit that we don't want. Also, I do probably want to do a convert... Because is it using quaternions? In Blender, I don't like to use quaternions. No, it's using Euler. That's probably why it's having the weird business here. So I'm going to copy this pose. And I'm going to put it here. And now we're going to do like an in-between. And that should help show... I'm going to turn off the mirroring because we actually don't want it to be mirrored. That should help, I think. Yeah. It is a little bit weird what's happening with the tail. So I'm gonna start moving these in a better direction here, yeah. It's a little bit fast. Let's do 60 seconds. Then we can make it a little bit slow. Sorry, 60 is 2 seconds. So it's this weird tail thing that we need to deal with, because it shouldn't be flipping up. Okay, so there's some weird thing here that's gonna have a big jump. So where does the big... Okay, this guy. It's this bone here that we need to tweak. So can we literally just move it down here? Is that gonna solve our issue, or is that it's just gonna move it? Oh, is this because we're getting the... Is this one of the weird things about Euler rotations? Let's just go frame by frame and deal with it. Okay, so I'm actually going to change this bone to a quaternion for a minute, and then I'm going to turn it back. So I'm going to do... Where's the convert rotation modes? Yeah, okay, so for selected bone, single, and for this action, convert it to a quaternion. Then I'm going to delete these frames. Yeah, see, that's a much less weird rotation. So I could leave it as a quaternion. Because when they get exported, they get turned to quaternions eventually anyway. Sorry, I should probably explain what the hell a quaternion is. Because if you're not into like 3D mathematics, like, and even if you are, a quaternion is like a fancy four-dimensional way of representing an orientation in space. So it's like kind of like a 3x3 matrix, but only 4 numbers. It's kind of weird, and nobody in graphics really understands how they work, but we do know how to use them. Like the the theoretical math behind them is quite complex, and nobody really gets it. But it's like it's just a way of storing a rotation that is not subject to some of the problems of an Euler rotation. And an Euler rotation is what you might be familiar with if you like yaw, pitch, and roll. Like if you've ever heard of that, like the things that you might use in an airplane or something like that. But there's problems with those. Like interpolating angles is a problem. All right, so we're just gonna leave this bone as a quaternion for now, but that's the death animation. Not perfect, but actually, let's flop these two bones together. Actually, that should happen a lot earlier, as soon as he gets on his side. So right here, I'm gonna flop them down. And then when he's back over, they're gonna splay apart. I know I'm lingering on this animation, this quite morbid animation for a while, but I do just want to get it done, you know. There we go. That's kind of good. Okay, so we'll move on to... So we have walk forward, left, right. I think the one that we want is just long idle, which is all the way over in 14. I should have made this long idle an earlier number, but it's fine. I'm just going to duplicate this action a bunch of times and then name it accordingly as if it were the... this would be 5 back. Also, I should call it walk, even though he's not technically walking, because he's like... he's doing like a weird, whatever seals do, whatever that sort of like slither thing is. So 6, walk, left, 7, walk, right. Oh shit, that's the death animation. I was supposed to do the walk animation. Let's go to outliner here. I need to delete all those actions I just added. Did I? Oh shit. Oh no. So it's not the... Is it this, is it the fact that I'm using the different rotation mode? Let's look at the graph editor. What do we got here? That's the Euler. Why is it all twisted? How did I have it before? 1 second. Hope I didn't save the, Oh, cannot use the current. Shit. I have a... Don't worry, I have a backup. I have a backup in my trash, I believe. Yes. Copy. Okay, let's append. Let's see if we can get that old animation back. Action forward. Okay, so it's not the action. Something, I don't know why it's still using the old rotation. Oh, I think probably we never set the rotation for this bone. So let's see. Yeah, so I think actually if we just let's go back to the outliner. We don't want this one that we just added. Delete. Okay, so I think if we just do pose clear transform. Ugh. I meant to be in the forward animation. Forward. So we got to pose, clear transform all. That still seems like it's missing. Where's my graph editor? Oh, it's because it's got the mix of... I see. It's because we're mixing Euler and... Yeah, okay, so if we go back to Euler, that's good, but then... It's because we're mixing quaternions and Eulers. If you've... Yeah, the Euler, by the way, is named after Leonhard Euler, who was a famous Swiss mathematician, I believe. Yeah. So I think we gotta go back to the death animation. Oh, shit. So that's... Can we convert it back to quaternions? Okay, so there we go. We're in the quaternion mode. So now if we go pose... Convert rotation modes, quaternion. Selected bones, yeah. Selected action, yeah. Okay. Oh, no, I wanted to convert it to Euler. Sorry, convert rotation modes. Convert it to Euler XYZ. No, now it's doing the weird thing. Or was that the wrong bone? Pose. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. I have an... Okay, change this to a quaternion. I'm just gonna undo until we get it back. Okay. So this is what we want. So, I believe... Yeah, so the problem is this bone here. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go to... where's the... action? There's a thing that's like bake action somewhere. Animation, bake action. Yeah, only selected bones. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna copy all these things that we just included. Okay, so it's added one of these for every frame. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take my... Now I'm gonna convert rotation modes to XYZ. And it looks fine, because there's one on every frame. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to copy these transforms. Why can't I copy? Okay, Control-C. And then I'm going to go back to our forward action. No, not the forward action, to the dead action. Paste them in. And now it's still broken. Why is it broken? So it's this bone. Oh, because we didn't copy the rotate. Oh, okay. Because we're not in... Okay, we need to be in Euler mode. Why did you not... Ugh. This is our favorite genre of things, apparently. Jake gets angry because he can't figure out what the hell's going on. This is what happens. This is Gamedev. It's okay. So, let's... Just the Eulers. Just the Euler rotation. Now we're going to go back to our dead action. No, that's not what we want. I just want to get rid of these. Okay, let's pick this bone. XY. Okay, so okay, I see. Convert rotation mode again. Maybe I got to do that because it doesn't have the single bone XYZ. Okay, cool. Okay, so now can I paste them in? Perfect. Okay. Yes. Beautiful. 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 Okay. Sorry about that annoying Sorry about that annoyance. Okay, so let's delete this one. We don't need it anymore. Okay, so we got forward, left, walk, right. Okay, now we need, we don't need this guy anymore. We don't need this guy anymore. Yeah, so the problem that you were seeing there is a problem called gimbal lock. And it happens in, whenever you have Euler rotations and they all need, like, whenever you add up a certain number of, like, rotations, you lose one axis of rotation. It's a problem, and quaternions solve that problem, but quaternions are very annoying for animating, especially via curves, which I like to use curves when I animate, which is this window here. You can kind of see, okay, what? Oh, because we're not in animation. So if we go into walk right, you can see that, you can see this sinusoidal pattern, and this is how I like to animate, because you get these handles that you can pull on. And it's very difficult to do that with quaternions, because these curves don't mean anything intuitive. Yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. What I would really like is if Blender allowed you to specify the curves, to specify these points as Euler. Like, so that you could specify the point using Euler, but then they would be interpolated between them using quaternions, if that makes any sense. But Blender doesn't seem to do that. Or not, at least that I can know of. Okay, so. Long idle. Okay, so we wanted to get to long idle. That's the animation we need. So, let's go to here. Can we copy these in bulk? Copy. Great. Okay, so... This is gonna be 8. Run. Run. Even though we can't run, I don't think. 9. 10. Run. Oh, we need to add leading zeros to everything to make it so that it sorts properly. Uh, 11. That should do it. Okay, so, we can't attack, so I'm just gonna go to 11 here. We need to also do that. 11, I'm gonna call this 12/placeholder. Then I'm gonna duplicate this one again, and this is gonna be two-handed /placeholder. Okay, and then finally we're gonna get to the long idle, which is what we needed to make sure that that animation doesn't. Now you could say that I have this set up in a really messed up way, in which I need to define all the animations in between, even for animations I don't need. But it hasn't been that big of a problem yet. But I agree, it's not a great workflow. What was I gonna say? Okay, so idle. This is the long idle. So it's 0, 1. Long idle. No, it's gonna be 0, 14. It's gonna be called 14 long idle. Okay, so this is what he's gonna be doing if you let him sit here for a really long time. And I think it's 100 frames. Okay, so he's like, he's sitting up, right? I feel like he should be more relaxed. So his flipper should be hit. It should be resting on the ground. Actually, we need to copy the first frame for that. What do you mean it's empty? There we go. Okay, let's flip these. Let's splay them out a little bit. I guess. Actually, we should copy both of these. And then we're going to flip them up. Okay, maybe his head is like not quite as far up. He's relaxing, you know what I mean? Actually, so let's go to the short idle. And maybe perk his head up a little bit more. Just so we get some like more interesting poses. So middle frame here is too far down. Pop it up. Okay, he has a weird motion in there. Okay, that's probably... I'm gonna delete that frame. And then the head pops up here. But let's actually make it a little more forward. Okay, and let's go back to the long idle. Let's just add like, okay, what? Oh, I know. Because I made it down here. I need to be down here as well on these frames. Let's copy that frame, put it at the end. Can you see that? All right, so let's delete that one. I'm gonna just add like a little bit of a breathing on him. I'm gonna make this actually 200 frames, and I'm gonna slow the whole thing down. There we go. 200. Oh, we didn't do all the frames. Whoopsies. I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna go back to 200 frames. Then I'm gonna select all the bones and then do what I was gonna do, which is, whoopsies, scale the time out to 200. Cool. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit of a different pose every 50 or so frames. Okay, so okay, cool. That's good for me now. Let's export this guy and get back into the game. Where's the... Oh, we haven't... Where's seal? Cool. That guy is saved. Let's get into the game now. Pop that window open and let's get our music back on and The game music, that is. If it didn't open on the wrong monitor. Okay, so audio, music, maximum volume. Let's close out Blender here. Well, let's leave it open for a second. But, all right, cool. How we doing? Okay, so these guys are all in there waiting. They're still all synced up, which is annoying. I'll have to tweak that. But, oh, that guy moved for a second and then he went right back. It's clearly something I'll need to take a look at. But for now, let's see. Oh, he's like moved for a second. He's going back. What's his state? What's the AI? Wait. Okay, so he's waiting for his interval. Come on. Now he's... So this is the short idle he's in. Now he's in the long idle. Now this guy tried to move, didn't he? They were just waiting a really long time. Did I mess with something? Let me take a look at my code. Okay, well, the animations are working, so I can close Blender. Okay, wait time. I mean, we should show the wait time, I guess, but like, Oh, okay, no. That should be 0. That should be 0. Here. Should default to 0. They're like immediately exiting the state that I get into. Let's put a breakpoint. Is this ever gonna get hit? Okay, we're waiting. Okay, it did hit the breakpoint. It did hit the breakpoint. Let's step in. Oh shit, we can't really debug that. What do we... get out of here. Okay. So it got into the state and then it immediately left. It went immediately back to the wait for interval. Or sorry, it just went into the wait for interval state. That's interesting. It went into the wander. So I actually want to put the breakpoint here. Okay, cool. That should be better. All right. Okay. Now. Okay. We should put a breakpoint now in the wander state. Okay. No, what do you mean? Okay, we gotta go into debug mode here. Debug mode. Do I get to Steam? Yeah, Steam needs to be running for the debug build for some reason. I mean, I know why, because I never said it could run outside of Steam like the other ones. Like the other builds. It's building. Very curious indeed. Very interesting. Oh yeah, spring sale on Steam, by the way. People are buying nice games. A lot of games on my wishlist are on sale. Speaking of which, wishlists, you should wishlist this game, A Short Odyssey. There is a link below this video where you can wishlist it if you haven't already. If this game looks interesting to you, I would really appreciate that. It lets Steam know that you are interested in the game, and if it goes on sale, you will get a notification. Also, when it comes out, because it's not out yet. But yeah, so I highly recommend wishlisting the game. That is what cool people do. Yeah. Once again, link below this video. You can also join the Discord if you're interested in that. Okay, so this guy, what's data he in? He's in wafer interval. Because I feel like I didn't mess with anything. Okay, so put a breakpoint in there. Okay, we hit it. We hit this one. Okay, so they're all... Okay, but num points visited is immediately 6. So it's like they're racking this number up without... It's like we're getting into here real quick. So here's what I'm going to do. After we get into here, oh, I guess it could get back into here if it doesn't find the path. I see, because there's a delay. There's a delay in the pathfinding sometimes. So I think what's happening is if it doesn't hit the pathfinding, if it doesn't find the point in this next point here, it immediately goes back. So, we need to then change this. So, we shall change this. So instead of if the point is empty, we're going to do, we're going to add another Boolean. We're going to do bool at point, which is going to be equal to this. Let's get the music back up. So we're actually not going to do it if the point is empty. We're going to only do it if we've arrived at the new point that we're trying to get to. So at point. So that means that I can now have another if, and if at point, then we do this. And so then we only... Actually, let's increment the at point when we arrive at the point. And then we do the check. So in that case, I can do if num points visited is greater than 5. Cool. Now let's do that. And hopefully that should solve the problem. And they should be more predictable. So now we're cutting off after, yeah, okay, cool. Where's our music? I need the bossa nova music. There we go. Okay, these guys are moving around. Yeah, okay, now, okay, that did something. He's pushing me though. He's pushing me. Okay, where's he gonna get to? It's his number points. 0 points. He's visited nothing yet. However, what's he gonna get to? Has he gotten to? Okay, so he has visited his first point. Let's. Oh, it's not gonna show us. Is it gonna show us? It's not gonna show us navigation paths. Not yet, because I didn't add that in. Okay, 5 points is probably a lot. Because it seems like they go for quite a while. But... okay, now he's waiting. He's waiting. for a little while. I mean, he should probably be... I don't know. Is he, like, looking for food or something? I'm not sure. But, yeah, so you can see they're all... Okay, I can get rid of that breakpoint. I don't need that breakpoint anymore. Okay. Well, they seem to be doing the, They seem to be doing the business. We can also test out the death animation, which is unfortunate, but, whatever. Oh. We stepped into the other music zone. I'm gonna need to tweak the music zones at some point. But, yeah, so that guy... Okay, let's go ahead and kill him. So we can see the death animation. Let's spawn in our cutlass. Alright. Sorry. Oh, we can't lock on because he's a friendly, but we can hit him. Okay, oh yeah, and our stun animation, there we go. You can see. He is. What's his health? He's not an enemy, so it doesn't show his health bar. Oh, it's only 16, so he's gonna be dead soon. Oh! Was he not? He's at 0 health. Why is he not dead? There we go. Oh, it was... yeah, okay, so that worked. That worked. I guess he probably had like 0.0001 or something, and it just didn't have enough precision to show. But let's see. Can we... Come on. Yeah, so we can't lock on to friendlies, which is intentional because we want to discourage you from killing friendly seals. Yeah. Alright, well, so we got... Oh, jeez, it's already almost 4 o'clock, but I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer because let's... I mean... I just wanted to show off some work that I've done since last time, because, like, even though we do have, Why does he despawn instantly when he dies? Because his despawn timer is short, and I haven't set a longer one. I'm sorry if you were looking for a more detailed answer, but that's the answer. Okay, so... One thing I worked on is, let's go to the fort. Where's the fort at? Okay, you can look at this cannon. I made the wheels like a lot more detailed. So I think that looks a lot better, and they still function. Like the wheels still spin when you push them, and we can drop the cannon off the ledge. It should probably, like, break apart or something. But anyway, these guys, you can see we brightened them up. We did that last stream. But, you remember how I spent so long last stream working on Carmen's, like, just on her and her bandana? Well, we can now go over to her. We've done a lot of work on Carmen. So she's got her bandana. Let's actually go into FreeCam so you can look at... She's got her bandana, which has these very nice folds in it, and we messed with her ponytail here. It's a little bit more natural looking. Completely redrew her eyes to be a little bit sharper. Her nose was redone too. Just because, like, there were some... Her model was, like, not perfect. She was one... I think she was, like, the second or third character that I did. So, Louise was the first, but Louise has been tweaked a lot. Yeah, but yeah, I think overall she just looks a lot more reasonable. And actually, her eyes move when she talks, which I think is a big plus, because, like, everybody just gave you, like, the weird dead-eyed stare before. But now, if you look at her eyes, they have a little bit of animation, which I think, even though it's subtle, really helps prevent that, like, uncanny, like, plastic doll look when you talk to people. So I will need to animate other people's eyes. Luigi's eyes actually are animated, not in this pose, but in some of the poses he does have eye animations, but he's not as big of an important... He's not as important because most of the time you're looking at his back. But anyway, yeah, we tweaked, we did a lot of work on Carmen. I think she looks a lot better now, in terms of her model. It's a lot more, just a lot of details have been refined. We also worked on a couple other details. But yeah, like, one of the things is the baking plugin made it, the baking plugin that I wrote for Blender made it a lot nicer to work with materials. We didn't do him. We've worked a little bit more on the butte. Yeah, I've learned apparently it's a butte, not a butt. Yeah, you say that as soon as I started talking about it. Yeah, apparently it's a butte, not a butt. Actually, I should verify that, because I was just told that. Does Wikipedia have the pronunciation guide? Yeah, Wikipedia does have the pronunciation guide, and it is a butte. B-W-P-E-W-T, as they write in their English pronunciation guide. Actually, I'm really glad Wikipedia added this, because, you can see they have the pronunciation guide here. One moment. And sorry, why did that go away? Previously, they used to just have this pronunciation, which I understand why they have it. It's like the academic, like, International Phonetic Alphabet. But 90% of people reading this page do not know what the hell this means. So a little while ago, they added the English pronunciation guide, which is like, just uses like an English phonetic spelling. Like, there's limitations to that, I understand. Because like they're different dialects of English, so they're not all going to be pronounced the same. But I think this does a much better job at letting the average person who doesn't understand International Phonetic Alphabet understand how to pronounce things. But anyway, a little bit of a side. It is called a butte, not a butt. But oh shit! I just teleported it. Undo. Did a little bit of work on him. Not a lot of difference, but his eyes are at least redone. Let's go back here. We do need to do more work on the fort. So I will work on that in a future stream. But ooh, this looks very nice with these god rays. Oh shit, I'm being attacked. Oh shit, he's T-posing. I gotta fix that. What state is he in when he's T-posing? Anyway, I'll fix the T-posing. Is it the... No, it's not the... Anyway, I'll fix the T-posing, but, I'm not sure why that's happening. Anyway, it is now... Yeah, I'm not sure what to... I'll deal with that. But anyway, it is now past 4 o'clock. I stayed 5 minutes past 4. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the stream. This was a really good stream, I think. We did a lot of work on the Seal AI, and did a little bit of animation stuff. You know, and I will... yeah, oh yeah. Don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam. Link below this video for that. Link below this video for the Discord if you want to participate in discussion about the game, or if you potentially want to play the game. There's a we administer that through the Discord. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I release and do a stream every weekend at on Saturday at 2 p.m. I usually stream for about 2 hours. And I release shorts as well, so look out for those. Yeah, and like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you're so inclined, and I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week. Like, subscribe, wishlist, Discord. Bye, guys. See you next.